What it do, Niner fam? Now, I guess they did a poll or a rating of the top NFL play callers. They asked a bunch of defensive coordinators all over the league, all the defensive coordinators all over the league, who is the number one offensive play caller. As you see, they got a few cats up here. What's the coach for the Broncos at the end? And you got McVay. Forgot the other dude over there for the I think that's dude for the Cardinals. The Jags. Dude from the Jags. But the number one play caller that the defensive coordinators across the league, they all said the number one play caller is Kyle Shanahan. All of them. All the defensive coordinators, every one of them. They said he's the number one, but and I'm glad they said they brought this out, and I'm glad they did. They said he's the number one play caller, but at certain times in crucial moments, he'll try to do too much. See, with his motions and putting people in certain places, they say he'll try to do too much, and that's his downfall. Now, when you hear that, and hopefully he heard it too. I think, he'll hear that and he'll be like, you know what? If they think that, because it's more than one, okay, he might switch it up. I don't know. But they was like, he does too much. So he'll get into a crucial position and be like, all right, I'm in a crucial position. Finna win the game right here. I'm in a crucial position. And then you get your quarterback, Brock Purdy, hit because you got a fourth or fifth string tight end trying to block one of the Eagles' main guys. That's doing too much. But I know Kyle Shanahan did correct that, because if you remember when we played the Eagles again the next season, we had to go to their home and play them. We were beating them in that game, but he did that exact same play from the NFC Championship. He did the exact same play, except Kittle was the blocker this time. And when Kittle went to block, I forgot who the pass rusher was. He's seen it. And he's seen Kittle block and then motion out. Now, their pass rusher was like, I got another free hit on Brock Purdy. So, but when he went in to hit him, by that time, Brock Purdy had dumped it off and Kittle hit him for 50 yards. Now, that means Kyle Shanahan had learned from that, waited for the opportunity in the game, get that exact same player to see that exact same motion and do to him what should have been done in the NFC Championship. Now, they say, he does too much. Now, what that tells me is he'll do that even with, like I said, we can go to the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. He was throwing the ball a lot. Remember, we had got to that Super Bowl from the NFC Championship by running Raheem Mostert. Raheem Mostert was running. That season, he was running. Okay? So he could have did a little bit more running. So, it's an either or, because we see what gets us there works. Now, remember in the NFC Championship with Brock Purdy and even in the game with against Green Bay in the playoffs, Brock Purdy started going off schedule running, started doing all his own thing. And the plays was there, but he started doing his own thing. That's why when people be hating on Brock Purdy, it's like he won an NFC title, and they don't even acknowledge that he won that. But you got some players have never even been to an AFC or NFC championship, and they're the best in the NFL ever. It's the dynamics are bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. But you got to live with that. And I guess Brock Purdy could win every NFC championship, Pro Bowl. He can break all type of records, because he broke Joe Montana and Steve Young's record. He can do all that stuff. Unless he goes literally undefeated and wins the Super Bowl, they're not going to look at him as nothing else than Mr. Relevant. But the thing is, they're not dumb anymore when it comes to Brock Purdy, because they like Brock Purdy knows Shanahan's, he knows the playbook. Brock Purdy knows the playbook. Now, you got to remember, Brock Purdy came into the league. He was literally fresh. He came in, started 8 games, got to the NFC Championship, hurt himself. He's still fresh. The next season, boom, Super Bowl. He's still fresh. But you got to remember, the team was getting wore out. The team, when Brock Purdy came and won those 8 games, we got to NFC Championship, we had just came off an NFC Championship. There was no rest. There was no nothing. Now, Brock Purdy's fresh and he's doing everything. So then we did go to the Super Bowl. There was still no rest, no nothing. That's why I say when the injuries and everything else, that stuff is bound to come, man. It's bound. Even Joe Montana. I got videos in where Joe Montana saying that stuff happened. It happened to him. But the problem is, if Joe Montana literally told the guy, you got to sign Brock Purdy, you got to give him the money. Because he said seasons where you have everybody with injuries, that stuff's going to happen. Joe Montana said it happened to him. But when Joe Montana says that, people literally overlook that and say, well, it happened to Brock Purdy, so he's no good. But Joe Montana, you're the greatest, even though it happened to you too. See, it happens to everybody. Then you got some teams that, they don't have losing seasons, but they don't go nowhere. They don't go nowhere. They can't win an AFC or NFC championship. They just can't win one. They've never been to a Super Bowl. But they're the greatest ever. See, the dynamics are bad. So when I'm looking at this year, they got something in that playbook. He got something for that playbook. Because all the wide receivers that we got, he went and got a whole bunch of wide receivers. And then people say, hey, you had to because a lot of people are injured. Yeah, well, Jennings is back. Jennings is back. Kittle's finna be a major factor. A major factor. Kyle Juszczyk's gonna be a major factor. CMC is supposed to be a major factor, but that's why we got Brian Robinson. Okay. So these are major factors, and we got wide receivers. Ricky Pearsall, major factor. He's gonna his play calling, y'all don't know, man. Go back and watch. His play calling so good. Who was that? What's they call him? Gruden. He said he used to always watch at the end of the season Shanahan's play calling. He said because he was coming out with stuff that nobody's seen before. See, so I know it's extraordinary. That's why I said in the league, out of all the teams, he's the number 1 play caller. They said, but he'll play himself out because he's doing too much in the plays. You're doing this motion, that person, the tight end, instead of, okay, I'm already winning. Let me maintain this. You know what I'm saying? He outthinks himself. So let me know what y'all think. Leave it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe, man. Make sure you subscribe. Peace. I'm out of here.